So I also wanted to illustrate some winter cleanup. This particular client is not interested in stem nesting bees, and that's her prerogative, no judgment here. She wants us looking pretty, and pretty as soon as possible. Lots of flowers, feeding pollinators, and you know, we're all allowed to have our own focus. So, but what this plant illustrates very well is, you know, when you look closely, you can see where the plant is dead and where it's dying back. So, you know, we're looking for the resprouts and where the dead foliage stops and the new foliage starts. And let's see if I can find a branch that shows the example very well. Alright, so here we've got one. And this looks completely dead. But when we isolate the branch, we can see there's green growth sprouting down here. So we can pretty much assume that the rest of this branch, at this point, with this much grow back, this part is all dead and can be removed. And that will definitely stimulate new growth. Now we are also, for the zone I'm in Pinellas County, North Pinellas County, we are pretty much out of any potential freeze warnings, so that's also always a concern. You know, this dead growth still provides some insulation for the fresh green growth here in the exterior, and that's why you see all the green growths in the middle, right where it was protected by a bunch of other foliage that died off. And this is the plant's defense mechanism. And if you start pruning too early, you're removing that and potentially creating further problems from the plant. So, you know, we're just going to go ahead and take that branch off, move it to the compost pile so it starts creating fertilizer to feed and nourish our plants. And yeah, this is little Blue Sage, Salvia serotina. It's a really awesome short native blue flowering, flowers year-round, native sage. No dispute on this one's nativeness. Now some plants, when they freeze, they won't produce new growth up top. You'll just see the growth here starting at the bottom in the base. So again, this is tropical sage, Salvia coccinea, a North Florida native if it's the red flowered one. And this one, you know, most of this growth up here that reaches a couple feet tall is dead. But we can look down here and find the new growth emerging. And you know, we could also wait a little bit longer. There might be more growth emerging higher up, but if we're really in a hurry to do that early before spring, Florida early spring cleanup, you know, this is where I'll start making my cuts down here, removing all that dead stuff off and just making sure I leave these fresh green sprouts here and here and here, because that's where the plant's growing from, down here at the base.